This is Radio Nepal. I'm DILA PRASAI with the news. The headlines first. Representatives for Nepali Congress 14th General Convention start arriving in Kathmandu. Election Commission approves election program and schedule for election of National Assembly members. Prime Minister Sherbadu Deuba says SAARC should move ahead with a progressive perspective by holding its 19th summit. And US says it is preparing robust responses over fears of a Russian invasion of Ukraine after President Biden's rare talks with Vladimir Putin. Now the news in detail. A faction of the Nepali Congress has intensified internal consultation to pick a consensus candidate for the post of party president under its 14th General Convention. Senior leader Ramchandra Paudel, party's former General Secretary Prakash Man Singh, General Secretary Dr. Shashanka Koirala, and leader Dr. Shekhar Koirala are among the aspirants for the post of party president from the faction. Prime Minister and Nepali Congress President Sherbadu Deuba has already declared to file his candidacy for the post of party president once again from the establishment side. Meanwhile, General Convention representatives have started coming to Kathmandu ahead of 2 days of the General Convention. The Election Commission has approved the election program and schedule for the election of National Assembly members. According to the approved schedule, the political parties willing to participate in the election will have to register for the election purpose from the 16th to 25th of December. The Election Commission informed that the nomination papers of the candidates would be registered on the 4th of January and the list of registered candidates would be published accordingly. Likewise, date for filing of complaints against the candidates has been scheduled for the 5th of January, while date for deciding on the nomination papers and complaints has been fixed on the 6th and 7th of January. The task of publishing the final list of candidates will take place on 9th of January. Voting is scheduled to take place at the designated polling stations from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on 26th of January. Prime Minister and Nepali Congress President Sherbadu Deuba has stressed on need to take forward South Asian Association Regional Cooperation SAARC process with progressive perspective, giving best wishes to SAARC member countries and its people on the 37th establishment day of SAARC. Prime Minister Deuba said the 19th SAARC summit needs to be called soon. Prime Minister Deuba, who is also the chair of SAARC, said SAARC countries should address the challenges and vulnerabilities caused by COVID-19 pandemic and should show unified efforts for the sustainable reconstruction. The International Conference on Nepal's Reconstruction 2021, organized by the National Reconstruction Authority, has commenced in Kathmandu. Authority's joint spokesperson Manohar Ghimire said the conference had been organized to share Nepal's experiences and knowledge on post-earthquake reconstruction and rehabilitation efforts. He added that President Bidya Devi Bhandari would formally inaugurate the conference today. It is reported that delegates and experts from the USA, India and New Zealand have arrived in Kathmandu to participate in the conference, while other experts would participate virtually due to the COVID-19 infection risk. President Bidya Devi Bhandari has extended best wishes to all Nepalis on the occasion of the Vivaha Panchami festival. She wished the festival inspires all to foster the feeling of broader national unity. In a message of best wishes, President Bhandari further wished all Nepalis that festival would inspire them to build an equitable, civilized and cultured society. Vivaha Panchami is observed in memory of the wedding Prince of Ayodhya Ram had with Princess of Mithila Sita during the Treta Yuga. CPM PNUML chairman KP Sharma Oli has clarified that his party does not have any qualms over judicial reform and revamp. Chairman Oli said this to the team of the Nepal Bar Association who visited him at his personal residence at Balkot, Bhaktapur yesterday. The association's members have been launching protest demanding Chief Justice Cholendra Samser Rana be impeached, stating that the judiciary system was impartial and clean at the moment. He said only resignation of the Chief Justice would not alone bring change and reform in the judiciary system in the country. Minister for Health and Population Birod Khatiwada has pledged to accelerate vaccination drive against COVID-19, citing the adequacy of vaccines in the country. Inaugurating the newly inaugurated building of Trishuli Hospital in Nuwakot yesterday, Minister Khatiwada urged the public to get vaccinated against COVID-19 without any hesitation. He also shared that preparation was afoot to set up 16,000 vaccination centres across the country to provide vaccine to all the targeted population. The minister shared that over 30 million vaccine doses were in pipeline, while booster dose would be provided to public very soon. Minister for Education, Science and Technology, Devendra Paudel, has said only the colleges having their own 100-bed capacity can run teaching learning activities of nursing subject. Talking to media persons in Chitwan yesterday, the Education Minister stated that the colleges meeting the criteria set by the Medical Education Commission could run teaching learning activities of nursing subject. He said a meeting held at the ministry a few days ago had asked all the colleges having 100-bed hospital to start teaching learning activities. Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation Prem Bahadur Ali has said he is working in the ministry in a bid to eradicate anomalies seen in the aviation sector. Addressing a program organised by the ministry on the occasion of the International Civil Aviation Day yesterday, Minister Ali said the ministry was already ready to pay its roles for making affordable and safe flights, saying the ministry would leave no stone unturned for reforming the aviation sector. Minister Ali urged aviation experts to give suggestions to make the sector more secured and organised. A total of 350 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in Nepal. The Ministry of Health and Population also recorded that 304 people recovered from COVID-19 infection in the past 24 hours. Similarly, 2 persons died of the virus infection yesterday, taking the corona-related death toll to 11,545 in the country so far. The Department of Immigration has returned 76 passengers bound to foreign country based on recommendation of a Lalitpur-based financial cooperatives institution. They were returned from the Tribhuvan International Airport. Tribhuvan International Airport Chief Immigration Officer Pushparaj Shahi said that the passengers were returned after the objective to go abroad was doubtful. According to the department, they showed a letter from the Lalitpur-based Subecha Multipurpose Cooperatives Organization. The Immigration Office would inform the Department of Immigration and Home Ministry later. The passengers were bound to fly to Dubai on Saturday evening. You're listening to Radio Nepal 8am English News Bulletin. Time for a short break now.
Nepal Telecom ko 4G. भिडियो कल गर्दा नो 4G. नेपाल टेलिकम को 4G.
सबैको यो विश्वास हो नि नेपाल टेलिकम को 4G.
गेम खेल्दा नि टेन्सन नो जी नेपाल टेलिकम को 4G. आफ्नो भन्या आफ्नै हो जी नेपाल टेलिकम को 4G.
नेपाल टेलिकम राष्ट्रको संचार.
Welcome back after the short break. We continue with international updates now. The U.S. says it is preparing robust responses over fears of a Russian invasion of Ukraine after U.S. President Joe Biden's rare talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin. In a video link, Biden voiced deep concerns over Russian troop build-ups and threatened strong economic and other measures. Russia says it will not attack Ukraine. Putin accused Kyiv of provocation and sought guarantees against eastward NATO expansion and deployment of offensive weapons close to Russia. The talks began at 10:07 U.S. Stone Time. The White House said they were held on a secure video link set up under previous administrations but never used before, Russian news agency said. Existing vaccines should still protect people who contract the Omicron variant from severe COVID cases, according to World Health Organization WHO official. It comes as the first lab test of the new variant in South Africa suggests it can partially evade the Pfizer jab. Researchers say there was a very large drop in how well the vaccine's antibodies neutralized to the new strain. But the World Health Organization's Dr. Mike Ryan said there was no sign Omicron should be better at evading vaccines other than other variants rather. Now the general weather forecast for the country for today. Forecasting division says the weather is likely to be partly to generally cloudy in Province 1 and mainly fair in the rest of the provinces. Light rain is likely to occur at one or two places of Province 1. Kathmandu's weather report now. Maximum temperature of 22.7 degrees Celsius and minimum temperature of 8.5 degrees Celsius. With this news, we have come to the end of this bulletin, but before we wrap up the headlines once again. Representatives for Nepali Congress 14th General Convention start arriving in Kathmandu. Election Commission approves election program and schedule for election of National Assembly members. Prime Minister Sherbadu Deuba says SAARC should move ahead with a progressive perspective by holding its 19th summit. And US says it is preparing robust responses over fears of a Russian invasion of Ukraine after President Biden's rare talks with Vladimir Putin. Well, that's all that we have for this edition. Our next English news edition is at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website www.radionepal.gov.np for more news and online programs. Stay tuned, stay safe and have a good day.